Children's relationship with their parents during the teenage year is something that gets overlooked as children grow up to be young adults living in the real world. This is a domestic problem that doesn't strike people's minds as they grow older because of the other extracurricular activities that happen around their lives. In my eyes, there is a three-step process of children's minds as they grow up from young children to adults. They first start off by appreciating their parents' care in their young age and cooperate really well. However, as teenage years strikes, they start to get annoyed by their parents and lastly, find back their appreciation toward their parents after 22. In our young age, we are not really old enough to know much about our wants and needs, which leads to our dependence on our parents. This dependence then leads to our deep appreciation for our parents and feel the need to be around our parents at all times. However, this doesn't last long as we become teenagers and have different mindsets. As we become teenagers, we settle more on an autonomous lifestyle and more aware of what we want to do in our extra time, like partying or dating. But our protective parents can get too involved in our lives and destroy the independence that we desire. This conflicting demands between teenagers' freedom and parents' restraint causes the separation between them. However, things change again as our independence gets to a point of taking care of ourselves and decision-making by ourselves. It is at about when we turn 22 that we make these decisions and start to appreciate what our parents have done for us before. Facing these hard decisions makes us think back on the past and realize how our parents made our life so much easier. The problem that sticks out to me is during our teenage years and how stubborn that we sometimes get to do what we want and not listen to our parents. This time, during our teenage years, I believe, makes or breaks our relationship with our parents because they can both cooperate and try to meet a consensus or get into constant arguments and destroy the relationship. Studies show that people turn back to their parents when they reach age 22, but if the relationship is destroyed in their teenage years, I think it'll be hard to get the relationship back in a matter of years. So children really need to be careful in their teenage years not to be too stubborn about their own views, but also try to work with their parents. The most important thing in our teenage year is when we go into college because it is a time when we are most separated from our parents. During this time, we have full control over ourselves and the decision that we make without any parent supervision, which can be very dangerous. In times like this, we need to give more attention toward our parents. To make a stronger bond between teenagers and parents, even in the toughest times, like college, teenagers can't forget about their starting point. They need to realize that everything started when they were young, and that their parents are who made them to be where they are right now. There are some different ways to give this reminder to your college students. One effective way is to call back home every week or once in every 2 weeks. A phone call is a very good way to connect back with your parents and talk to them about their life in college. Also, talking with parents in college is a good way to solve any problems that they have in college. Parents giving them a solution will revive their appreciation once again. Another way to think about parents again is to go back home for family events like Thanksgiving or New Year's Eve. Holidays like these are meant for families to get back together and enjoy time together. So college students shouldn't forget to go back home for holidays to spend fun time with their families again and bring back the good memories to feel more appreciation as well. But to a relationship, there are always two sides that can make a difference, not just one. In this situation, not everything should be on the children's load to try to make a better relationship. There are also ways for parents to make a strong relationship and become more connected with their child in college as well. One essential point for parents to keep in mind is that they need to allow at least a little bit of freedom for their children, because that is what they desire as they evolve. However, they are the parents who have more experience and knowledge about the world, so they should be able to make real decisions, even if it limits their child's freedom. Then, when children get into college, parents should not only expect calls from their child, but initiate trying to talk to their child as well. This effort to talk to each other should come from both ways, as it is the healthiest way to build a relationship. Also, giving out good advice in college to their child will make them appreciate the parents more for what they have done. These are some of the ways to solve the problem of forgetting about the parents of the child, but it can be hard to remember since there are so many things going on in each other's lives. So, to ensure that they both don't forget to make a call or go back for family events, setting up reminders on their phones or setting up pictures of families will make sure to remind them about each other. Now, as children start to get older, they start to make their own decisions that were done by their parents before. This is when they start to gain appreciation back for their parents and realize that listening to their parents is the best way to go because of the experience that they have. They recognize that they should have listened to their parents during teenage years. These realizations should be noted to children earlier in their age so they can respect their parents' decisions more when they are young and try not to argue with them because they know that their parents will always try to give them a decision that will lead to them in the right direction. That is what parents are best trained to do and will not fail at doing. That might be a very good hard concept to get while children are young, especially in their teenage years, when there are very many activities that they want to do. But it is a very important concept to grasp at that early stage. Even if it seems like parents are sometimes just want to ruin their fun, it is all actually to give children the best chance to survive in the real world and lead them in the right direction. The problem that I have started with was that children forget their roots, especially during their teenage years, and try to enjoy their own time without remembering the work their parents did. It is very easy to forget due to the arguments that can happen through conflicts of freedom and constraint, or with the time spent away in college for activities overwhelm children. However, there are simple and quick ways to solve this major issue and restore the relationship between parents and children forever. All it takes is some time and reminder to think more about what their parents have done for them, and most importantly, realize that nothing until the point they are right now would be possible